What is up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. It's been forever. It's been way too long since the last video on this channel. For those of you that don't follow my Twitch or my Twitter, @Spore on both, you might not have known that my father passed recently, and that's really the main reason behind the dearth of content here on the channel in about a month. Last $10 team episode that we did was episode 15. The season was 2026. It's 2032 now. Holy smokes. In between that, after that, there was a March to October for the Tigers, which I inexplicably still haven't finished, and then releasing my OOTP set. So, look, we all know 2020's been just a garbage year for everybody, full stop. And it just seems that anything that can go wrong will. And so I don't want to pretend that I'm the only one that has stuff going on. But between, kind of dealing with the fallout of losing a parent and then motivation as well. I'll admit it, making sure that I got my Fangraphs work done. I've been streaming pretty regularly even in that time. Hanging out with my girlfriend, trying to get some stuff packed because I'm moving into a house with said girlfriend. YouTube has hit the back burner, and I apologize for that because I appreciate those of you who watch. Obviously not a huge channel, but those of you who come out regularly, and I really do appreciate that. And so we're going to get back into it, and we are going to start with the $10 team again. Episode 16 here is what we're looking at. Last time we checked in, it was 2026, so it's been a long time. I will tell you, the team has not changed. Was it really 2026? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Has it really been 6 weeks? I don't know why I had to count those. That's kind of embarrassing. I didn't have to. I just did. I decided. I chose to. It was, let me click on that video, May 9th. Yeah, okay. It all checks out. Not that I disputed what I just checked 2 minutes before I started this. So you can see that season didn't finish well. We had 2 solid seasons in a row here in Iron, and then even got moved back up to Bronze. Crapped the bed the second season back in Bronze, came back down to Iron, did well, made the playoffs, nothing came of it, didn't get promoted. Stayed in Iron and stunk and got all the way pushed back down to Stone. So that's where we're at now. And frankly, we deserve it. You neglect a team, this is what's going to happen. However, there is a little bit of a, bronze lining, an iron lining, perhaps a stone lining. Obviously the phrase is silver lining, but we're downgrading it. And I guess stone is the lowest level, so we'll call it a stone lining. And that is that we do have 37,000 now. Right? Stone is rookie. Oh, you can't go back to rookie, though. You live in... I don't think you can get kicked back to... Oh, yeah, you can. Oh. Look at me tempting fate here, saying, oh, you can't get kicked back to rookie. They're like, oh, yeah? Oh, yeah? Do you want to see? I don't want to see. Thank you very much. I do not want to see. So, we do have 37K, and we can make some improvements. I'm not going to go back between all those 6 seasons in a movie and see exactly what's been going wrong. The team just isn't good enough to hang. That's all there is to it. I know the last time I was really involved, we made big moves in the bullpen, and they didn't pan out. Now, the moves themselves did, if I recall correctly, let's see when we first got Joe Nathan, because I know he was a key part of it. Okay, I'll just keep clicking that, and maybe one day it'll work. So, yeah, we got him in 2027. No, 2026. And he was okay, but then great the next year. Good, great, blah. And then solid so far this year. And I think Frank DiPino was the other pickup. I think those were a pair of pickups to really turn the bullpen. DiPino was terrible in that stretch run. Great the next year, awful, good, solid, mediocre, and then elite so far this year. Okay. Meanwhile, the rotation is still gold-studded, right? Yeah, everyone here's a gold. Let's see what my boy Dan Heron's been up to. I'm a big fan of his. I loved when he pitched in the majors. Is he doing enough to hold a fifth starter's role? I'm going to say probably not. And it comes down to what I was concerned about when I got him, which is the home runs. 1.4 homer 9. He doesn't really do enough to counteract that elsewhere. We might have to move on. Doesn't mean he can't possibly occupy a bullpen role, although I'm looking at the bullpen right now, and outside of Max, who's actually a better iteration of Heron, what spot is he going to take? And Max, you know, sprinkled in this great season, this solid one, and this solid one. But otherwise, he's been pretty bad. I'm just going to call it like it is. He has not been good. And let me look. Let me go back. Same reason. Home runs. Even worse as a reliever, because, you know, you give up homers late in games, and it's just disastrous. So, as much as I love Max, one of my absolute favorite players in all of baseball, I love that his evolution into an ace came in Detroit, but he's got to go. And it looks like we can get a little decent bid for him. I believe that is cheaper than we paid. It's because he's a Team of the Decade's pitcher now. And because this is a $10 team, and I don't have a ton of cards, I don't get so hung up on the collections. If somebody is available for a collection and we can sell them to get more, let's do it. Let's take advantage of that, you know. Let's go. Let's do that. Put that up for 6. See how that sells. Okay. Now Juan Guzman could end up being that reliever. Not yet, though. He's doing fine as a starter. I mean, we're in Stone, too. So we have to keep that in mind with everything we look at that's positive. We're in Stone. And I don't say that to besmirch any of y'all who are in Stone. I say that because I was well out of it and I fell all the way back to it. Guzman's been... I think he's going to be better off as a reliever. So that's when we're trying to target him back into a relief role. Because he walks too many guys. He does get strikeouts. He doesn't allow homers at a terrible clip. In fact, let's see what his career is. Every once in a while he spikes up, but for the most part, manageable. So we're going to put him in the bullpen. Off rip. Even with a 3.56 ERA, I'm doing it. I'm making the move, and I'm just saying, you know what? You got this, dude. Oh, hang on. Let me save this. It might not even save. Sometimes when it's already simulating, you can make changes that will get in under the wire. This isn't one that affects anything. I mean, I guess it does. I'm putting him in the bullpen. But if it didn't take, I certainly wouldn't be mad. Yeah, he kills righties. So I put him in that specialist role. In fact, I wonder if I should primarily have him as a righty specialist with middle relief backup. Let's try that. And Maeda, I think, has been done for a while. He started off really nicely for us with 3 sub-4 ERAs. He's found that level once since then. He's not even really making it as a 5th starter. I think Maeda's gots to go. Let's see what he's going for. I like to do buy now at the cheapest, so we know what we can put him at. I'm going to put him at a situation where whoops, I didn't mean to do that. If he doesn't sell in 6 hours, whatever, I'm just going to sell him for a G, because we're not clearing stacks here anyway. In fact, I'm probably going to make it a 2-hour type deal, and at the end of this video we can get those points for him. I'm just kidding. This video is not going to be 2 hours. But that was the implication. Hopefully some of y'all got that joke. It's like, it's not a joke, dude. All of your videos are super long. We just figured it was happening. Whatever. Whatever. Someone buy my Kenta. Okay. Let's see if we won. Might as well check that, right? We did not. Great. Blew it. Blew it in the 9th. Who did it? Otsuka. Come on. Hey, Heron didn't pitch brilliantly, but he didn't give up any homers. He didn't K anybody either, but... you know, you take the good with the bad. Well, we need some starters before the next game, because we don't have anybody ready. I do want to see how Wilsie Moore's been. Since I got him, started off great. I was really bummed with this pretty average season. Great, good, solid, bad. Dang, the back-to-back bads at Iron and, well, Stone so far. Wait, let's check the game log here. This is 8 games. It's actually pretty consistent. Usually when I see something like this, excuse me, I'm kind of hoping for like a 5 earned run outing somewhere. That's kind of inflating the whole thing, but that's not the case. That's all right. He can still hang. We're gonna flip these two though. We're gonna use glass now more. All right, let's get into the starters. What did I click? Standings? What a moron. Is it time to buy a diamond starting pitcher? Could it be? Let's go 88 to 93. Let's start with the ascending price. Damn, some of these 88s coming in under 2 Gs. Okay. What's John Smiley like? That's pretty good. Gives us a lefty as well. I see this Steve Rogers a lot in tournaments. Okay, I think I'm gonna get the Rogers for sure. I kind of like the Rogers better than the Smiley, but let me run it through. So there's this FIP formula out there. I don't know how they came up with it. I googled out of the park perfect team FIP, and you can find the calculator. If I remember, I'll put a link in the description. And it just gives you an idea. It's not perfect, right? You can never perfectly, like FIP in real life isn't perfect. In fact, it's quite imperfect. It's really only telling you what the base skills that somebody has should have netted for their ERA. Okay, Smiley and Rogers are basically a coin flip. 362 for Smiley, 365 for Rogers. So let me see. Do we have a lefty? Clicked on lineup. Cool brain. We do have Wilbur Wood, but it could be Smiley could be our second lefty. All right, let's get Smiley. Let's get Smiley. That way we have somebody to start the next game. That'll be nice. It's always nice when somebody can actually start the next game, you know. Now, don't click on the standings again, Paul, with your large brain. Now we'll go to the 95 range. Now we're going to start in the diamond range. The standards, Plank, always here. Wait, the Cy Young, this must be a mission card. I'm unfamiliar with it. Why does that movement have to be so bad? I'm trying to get rid of home run guy, you know, home run issue guys. I don't need to bring another guy in the mix who's got a potential home run problem, you know? I think this card is just stupid valuable. 5 Gs for this card. It's only because of a lack of scarcity. If this card came out in another avenue where it wasn't so widely available, it would have have to be worth, I don't know, like 12,000 or something. It's so good. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm missing on the prices, but it's definitely cheaper than it should be because of the mission it's tied to. Ooh, the bird. Well, the bird out here saying strikeouts are for lames, but I don't give up homers and I don't give up walks. Who's Chris Short and Howie Kamnitz? Never heard of either of these guys. Chris Short. Huh. Should I even look at Howie Kamnitz? Let's take a look. I'm going to take a look at Mussina after this. Now that's what I like, because those homers are suppressed. Got a really nice control rating here. Rick Wise. It would not be wise to get this card. Oh man, I totally understand if you click off this video right that instant. Right when I said that. I would understand. It would be justifiable. Damn you, Mike Mussina, why you gotta give up homers. Chuck Finley was a G when I was younger. See, I don't remember the era of Tim Belcher being a G. I remember him as like a really solid pitcher, but I didn't know that he had a season that generated a diamond level. Although his being on the Dodgers would explain it. I grew up an AL guy, not just living in Detroit, but playing fantasy baseball league. That was AL only. Not having the internet until I was in high school already, so I'm old, y'all, is what I'm trying to say. All right, nobody on this page is like, holy cow, we must get them. Let's do backflips. I already know that Anibal Sanchez is teasing me. BZ. Big fan of Zito. Certainly consideration. Let's see what Anibal's got. I knew he'd have some home run capability, or some home run stifling capability that I'd be looking for. What about Cliff Lee? Yeah, I figured his control would be off the charts. So a lot of these guys, just kind of looking at them in that FIP calculator, are coming out around the same 3-3-ish range, give or take 5 to 7 points. And again, that's not a guarantee of what their ERA is going to be. That's what their skills can generate when they're clicking. When things are really going their way. They're neutral, you know, a neutral look at their skills without accounting for luck and all that. That's what you could expect. I like that Cueto. Ooh. The Cueto actually checked out better with an 82-82-80 versus 90-80-73. The more balanced approach delivered a 5-point better FIP. What about Jimmy Key? By the way, we're about in the price range I'm looking for here as far as what I'm willing to pay. Jimmy Key's an interesting look because he's not huge on strikeouts, but the other two markers are really nice. He'd be another lefty, which I'm not inherently against. Keeping an eye on him, keeping an eye. I know this is going to be, like, his Ks were so bad. I wonder what metrics we're going to see here for Stu. That's surprising. I guess I haven't really looked at Dave Stewart's strikeout rate relative to the league, which is what you have to do, right? You can't just judge him based off of today's strikeout rates, or else everybody from yesteryear besides like 5 guys, looked like they had no idea what they were doing. Is there a Jose Fernandez out there? I mean, there is, but is there one for sale? Yeah, why are things running kind of slowly here? There's Sid Fernandez, someone trying to get 50K for their Sid Fernandez. Always adorable. You'll love to see it. Okay, no Fernandez. Let's start at 9,500. Smooth out some of those. Or no. That was gonna cut out those other guys we were looking at. I don't know what I was doing. Let me just go back. We just old school it back to where they are. Alright, you'd have to be really special for me to pull off of this sheet here, because this we've had a price jump. We've had a substantial price jump, and I don't think I'm going to go for it. I think I'm going to go back here. Ooh. I imagine this is going to look better as a reliever, though. It basically looks like a reliever card already. That stuff is insane. How much is this RJ? This RJ, I'll tell you, isn't fair in stone. You know? People just getting their team started, just coming out of rookie, like, I won my rookie league. Now I'm facing RJ. Get out of here. But you know what? I think you're facing RJ. Yep. I think you're going to be facing RJ. Boom. All right, we bought 2 starters. Got a couple of lefties. We now have 3 lefties in the rotation. Along with Wilbur Wood and John Smiley. We now have Randy Johnson. What did I do? Move him up. Okay. I'll tell you what, though, we still need one more because, you know, I think we'll go get Steve Rogers. Because, I'm sorry, but Heron just... We got to move on. Is he on any missions? No. What's his price going for? Okay. Not too much. More than Maeda, though. Hey, we tried. We gave him a real run. And this, I forget exactly. I'm gonna go 14-14, whatever. We gave him a real run, and it just didn't work. So things happen. No hard feelings, Dan. You done did your best. I mean, I'd be lying if I said you done did well, you know. I'll see if there's any 86s that stand out. I don't want live cards, especially with the home run issue that I'm trying to prevent. Every live card has like a 5 movement. It's ridiculous because the home runs from last year. Like, I get it, but at the same time, redonk. Absolutely redonk. Now let's bump it back up. Let's just look in the 88-89 range, because Rogers was as cheap as those other guys down there. Let's just get Rogers. We were looking at him. We like him. Bada bing, bada boom. We got him. Pitching staff. Rogers. So here's what I'm gonna do. Do this. And then do that. And the bullpen, we're good to go right now. I'm not messing with that. We're going to let them do their thing. Let's take a look at some hitting. See what's been going on there. God, that catching position still needs to be updated so badly. We're rocking a bronze and a silver. And the silver is the backup. How's Wrench been doing, man? I was watching, what was it, the 11 World Series that they've been showing on MLB, and watching him go off for some homers. Man, I loved the Wrench. He's really only had one bad season. This is the only bad season right here in 82. Because even the 97, okay, it's not good. I'm not going to sit here and say it's good, but it's about average. We know 100 is average. So 3 points below, I'm not going to sit here and say, well, 100 is magic. And once you hit 100, you're instantly average. But 3 points below that, you're somehow bad. No. It's kind of, it's kind of a range, and you judge it. And I don't know where it does exactly cut off. I usually kind of say low 90s. Once you start getting in the low 90s, I'm like, that's, especially for a hitting position like first base, that's kind of unjustifiable. That's why I will flat out say 20-30, bad season. But all in all, he's been pretty good. Bill Doran on the come up. He's been big in 4 of the last 6 seasons. It's kind of a, it's kind of a wide range to say that for. Cattell has been hanging in there. Nothing great. Well, I wonder where Simeon's been. Oh, okay. In a part-time role, he's really been popping off. So maybe we found the right role for him. I think he starts against lefties and then bounces around against righties a bit. He's really only in at short here and there. Let's see what the splits are right now. He's actually doing his best work against righties right now. Greenwell, remember, this was a massive addition. I was so excited about this one. And hey, look at that. 5 years in a row of really high quality work. He's off to a slow start this year. And we got him in that 2026 season. He was dreadful. He was dreadful to finish that season. He did not give the boost we were looking for. He's on the cusp. A few good games this year could really turn his numbers around, and he'll be where we want. What about Reigns? Another card I was very excited about. Okay. Also has picked it up. Let's go. His 2026 debut was also the worst of what he's done now. Let's go. Love it. Love to see it. All right. So I definitely need to do something at catcher. That is without a doubt true. So what I'm going to do here is let's look at some catchers in the, we'll go 88 to 94 range. See what pops up. Stearns, I believe, has defense pushing his numbers up. I think his hitting's pretty mediocre. Oh, solid speed too. So he's kind of an all-around guy. He's just good. Kind of like everywhere good. Bill Freehan, as a Tigers guy, I'm intrigued. Let's see if I can click that plus. Massive pop. Decent catching. Can play a little first base too. Not that we really need to put him there. He's going at his price. Okay. Chris Hoyles. He's going double his price. And he's a big avoid K's liability. I'm not getting him. All right, I tell you what. I'd like to hear from y'all. Whether you come through in the well, you can come to my Discord, but whether you come through, I just want to see this. I obviously can't afford the 70K card here, but that's because he should not be going for 70. I just want to see how good he was. Of course, there it is. You knew I couldn't get everything set up. I got my drink. I got the settings that I sometimes forget to change. I got all that figured out. Char's on the couch. Had to have the phone go off. Had to. It was a must. Anyway, I want to hear from y'all, whether it's in the comments, in my Twitch, on Twitter, or like I said, in my Discord, about what you think we should do. Should we go for like a solid average catcher, or solid above average, we'll say. Solid above average. Somewhere in like the 86 to 88 range, or pop off with a diamond. Now, obviously, I can't guarantee that Freehand will still be here. I mean, he might not be here 20 minutes later, let alone the 1 day and 8 hours and 30 minutes that he's still got on the clock. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here after the pitching update and just kind of a check back of where I'm at with everything. We'll come back next time out. We will buy a catcher, and We might even buy 2 because it looks like Ellie. Let's see what Ellie's been doing as a backup. Hasn't really been cutting it. Some dreadful seasons in there. Some decent ones too, to give credit where it's due. But it's not enough. So we'll probably fix the entire catcher backstop. That doesn't mean we can't go diamond on one, gold on the other. You know, the backup is probably going to be more defensive minded. I'll just say that. What's Gibby been doing since 26? Nice spike. Oh, he's in a part-time role. So he's kind of at the whim of his small sample. Should probably move on from him, get those points collected. And then what about Pitsednik? Last check before we get going. Eesh. 26, he was okay. Bleh, good. Bleh, bleh, good. Because of everything around the hitting. The hitting was mediocre, but still managed 4 WAR. And this year he hasn't been that good. It's probably time to upgrade in center field as well. So anyway, let me know what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hit that like button, drop a subscription if you are new here. Doesn't cost anything to subscribe, so go ahead, drop that. We will have MLB stuff coming. I will finally finish the Tigers, I promise. And we'll get on to maybe another March to October where I don't fail so much. And I've got some pitcher reviews coming. This is something I actually wanted to do throughout the year, and I just haven't done it. I've just dropped the ball on it. I wanted to, you know, when pitchers come out, have a start with them and kind of review what's been going on. There's a couple on the channel, the debuts of like Newhouser, I think Mize as well, maybe one other, maybe 3, maybe 2. Anyway, I can't remember. But I wanted to do a lot more of those. So I've got some ready, or I've got some in the works, I should say. I've got the thumbnails from my boy Asov, made some great ones. Got the gameplay for one of them, so I need to work on that. And I'm going to try to start editing things. This one will not be. This will be free form, or you know, free flowing, straight off the cuff here. But I'm going to try to start editing some stuff too, and see, try my hand at that. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Back again very soon. This week, I'm going to say that because I'm going to promise that this week. Thank you.